guys, Blossom is trifling. Okay, Blossom agrees problems everywhere.
And this is
he
also
goes.
the first time I found out about this person named Blossom.
If you guys can
that's
check out our previous videos on
so
let
homegirl do her stuff, talk about her stuff.
If you want to know more, but I digress.
And let me check on the jump off, man.
Your ideology around transgenderism, something that doesn't exist. It just sounds more like conservative propaganda. So I kind of want to know a little bit more about what you're trying to communicate.
Okay, I think for all of history everywhere, people have understood the human person to have something to do with his body. So like your body has something to do with who you are. Now there is an alternative view, which is called Gnosticism. It's a view that our bodies don't really have anything to do with who we are, that the body is maybe even evil, and that our true selves have no connection to our bodies. And I see in the transgender ideology a kind of Gnosticism that says that you could look like a man, you could have a man's genetics, you could have a man's genitals, you could have a man's everything, but if you feel on some deep level that you're really a woman, then you are really a woman. And I don't think that's true, and I think that the social effects of that are really bad because it leads to the depriving women of their legitimate rights. In some cases it leads to rapes, notably in the last few years, and it also leads to women losing their sports competitions, and there's...
I see an uncomfortable face, but I have not heard a lot.
Pay attention to this. Now remember,
scholarships, and it's
they
just
might not agree, but I'm going to look at it like this is a room full of men talking about
very high
what
rates of
women
anxiety,
want.
depression, and suicide. So it's bad for everyone, and it's not grounded in reality.
Oh, I don't even think you understand what you say sometimes.
I've never heard like a more clear-cut, concise arguments against transgender ideology. And then to retort back, I don't think you even understand what you're saying is wild work. Wild work.
I don't think you even understand what you say, because when we talk about these rape cases of women in the restroom, they're coming from cis men like you. So let's be very clear where it's coming from.
No, that's not true. In 2021,
do not interrupt a black
well, I'm just trying to correct you. Well, I would never interrupt a black woman.
No, thank you.
Here's
the thing.
I would never interrupt a black woman.
Think about me as a black trans woman. I am not a threat to cis women, and I think it is harmful that you are going around here spewing that rhetoric, weaponizing the...
And let me say something, right? I always tell people, it's not about the how many, it's about the percentage. So, when we talking about the R word, we know men are stronger, and who else? There is no other creature on the planet that even has the ability to R word a woman with the exception of a man. Have we ever heard of a squirrel attacking a woman and assaulting her? Have we ever heard that?
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
How about a grizzly bear? Have we ever heard about a grizzly bear like, ooh, she's smoking. Oh, she hot. Oh, she a baddie. I don't even want to eat her. I don't want to knock her down and eat her right before hibernation. What I really want to do is R-word her. There ain't no other creatures on the planet capable of the R-word on women except men. Yo, there is nobody else. We just finished talking about the Charlie Kirk situation, Hub, you heard? However, and this is like a spinoff of it, because it's people like this that be like, hey, yo, yeah, man, because you don't agree. Like, these people really ain't here about to argue with homie because he don't agree that men should go in women's bathrooms.
This rhetoric against trans people.
Weaponizing facts.
Transgenderism does not
Weaponizing
exist.
facts.
We as trans people exist. We are 1% of the population. And there is a lot of power in the...
So look, she said we are 1% of the population, right? So if men who identify as women make up, or if men who identify as women and women who identify as men together make up 1%, then that means that men who identify as women make up less than 1%. We should never hear a story about one of y'all walking into a bathroom and doing something, because you don't even have enough of a population for these stories to get out. So that means that it's happening at a higher rate. That means that it's more people who are who identify like you who are doing these bad things. A lot of times, even when we see men touch kids, there's a higher rate of men who identify like that, who identify that do it. Yes, there are men who don't identify as that do it. But like I said, have you ever heard of a hyena chasing a human down so it could R-word him? If you have, let me know.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
Motherfucking anaconda sitting down there in the Amazon jungle looking at the little native, uncontacted tribal woman like, I like the way she got her biddies out. Might have to make a move on her. His other anaconda friend like, Earl the anaconda, because the anaconda name could be Earl. Earl, what you gonna do with that human woman? I'ma take her down. Well, down your stomach? Nah, I'ma hit it. I'm gonna all work. It don't make no, come on, man.
You tell me, good. Peanut butter jelly, good. Peanut butter jelly. There she go, the lady of my dreams.
Trans identity, because you are sitting here spewing something to me that doesn't really
I'm not
exist.
spewing anything. I'm just stating facts plainly.
I have lived experience. You don't, and you never will. But I do have a question.
I have
for
lived
you.
experience.
What if one of your What if one of your kids came out as trans? How would you
God
react
forbid.
to that?
I mean, I would.
And let's start downplaying this lived experience thing that people were saying, bro. Because who don't? If you alive, you got like what? Oh wait, a white person can't have the same won't have lived experience as a black person because you're not black. A black person won't have lived experience as a white person because he's not white. Somebody who's 6'5" don't have the life experience of somebody who 5'6" because they're not 5'6" and vice versa. This is you going through your own mental health issue, bro. Of course you don't understand the dude that's in the gang like the dude that's in the gang don't understand you.
I would.
Okay, we really got.
But everybody
off the
don't get to
here
have their way
the
like that.
topic was women being raped by transgender identifying individuals. Now, Blossom says that's not true. In fact, it is cis men who are raping these women. Now, you can go through a litany of stories of transgender identifying individuals assaulting women and young girls. J.K. Rowling has done extensive work on this topic. You can check out her X feed if you want to find story after story.
J.K. Rowling
We've covered on this
is
channel
involved
different
in this?
stories
What?
of transgender identifying individuals attacking women and men. If you want to look up one story just right now by going...
Wait a minute. J.K. Rowling is out here writing articles and stuff about transgender people. Yo, man, y'all ain't never... Yo, we ain't getting no new Harry. We ain't getting Harry Potter grown up. We ain't getting Armani. We ain't getting Armani. What's the girl name Armani? We ain't getting the Armani, what they got that OnlyFans tells. It's not happening.
What's wrong with you?
Armani ain't popping no
What's wrong
OnlyFans.
with you? What's wrong with y'all?
J.K. Rowling
You niggas are
busy right.
crazy.
My bad. Let's go. Come on.
Google, type in the name Hannah Tubbs, and you will find a male who assaulted...
Hannah Tubbs. We just had the transgender shoot the church up. And I want to look up Hannah Tubbs real quick. Google, who is Hannah Tubbs? Adult who has 17, child, and molested a child. Hannah Tubbs, woman convicted of assaulting 10, what? What? A 10-year-old girl as a teen will serve? Yeah. Yeah. She ain't making it up, gang. She ain't making it up. It's right here. Y'all see that? She not making it up. Look that up for yourselves. A lot of cases...
A young girl, a little girl, sexually assaulted that little girl. went on to identify as transgender, has the whole name changed to Hannah, so we can substantiate these claims. Now, Blossom is going to make the argument that there are cis men who are weaponizing the trans identity in order to assault women, and I in no way deny that that is a fact, that there are men who take on the transgender identity as a means of getting off easy on assaulting women, finding new pathways to assaulting women, but the obvious question is, what's the difference between a cis man and a transgender woman? Blossom, please let me know what the difference is between those two individuals. And you can't give me a difference because it doesn't matter if you've gone through the medical processes. It doesn't matter if you've changed your name legally. You can simply self-identify as trans. So what is the difference between a cis man and a trans woman? I don't know. And in this whole laundry list of cis men or transgender women that have assaulted women, are we to believe that none of them actually believe that they are transgender? None of them are actually experiencing gender dysphoria?
So this all fake. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's like all like
say on that matter.
So everybody that does it is
love my children,
really
and I would try to do what's best for my children. And the best thing that I could do to be respectful and also to be conducive to their flourishing is to tell them the truth, which is that they're not really girls.
Oh,
absolutely.
Come on. I can't even imagine your relationship with your children. No shade. But
right. That's right.
I just cannot.
Now look, you see how this an insult comes?
It's just insult after insult. I don't think you
I can't imagine how your relationship is with your child. First of all, how do you know my child has... Think about that. Do you know for a fact that my child has came out and said to me, Dad, I'm a trans? So how could me disagreeing with your opinion affect my relationship as a parent with my child? Man, ain't nobody in the world can tell me that this makes sense. But let's keep going.
Understand what you're saying. I can't imagine your relationship with your children. I've yet to hear a simple basic fact that in any way rebuts what Michael is saying.
Yo, it's a better way to feel. Stand on something. You'll feel tall and good.
People like you do not have the intellectual capacity to hold conversations like this because in a minute you're going to reduce this down to genitalia, and then we're going to have to shift it somewhere else because obviously...
In a minute, you're going to have to shift this down to genitalia. This one I be wanting Mad Kid to be sitting in this seat right now. Right? Because if we used to ask Mad Kid, hey Mad Kid, what's your sexuality? What do you like? She would say, I like guys. Mad Kid has said it before. I like beef. She start saying stuff like that, right? Now, she like what she like because she got the genitalia that she got, right? And her desires is in her hands. No problem. I happen to have the opposite of what she got. So we could fit. And if she choose me like, I want you, and I'm like, I want you, and we like, hey, we together then, nothing wrong, all this is smooth. I believe that's correct, right? Now, I will say, okay, this is my lady, this is my woman, and she'll say, this is my man, this is my dude. You just heard everything you need to hear to define our relationship as a monogamous couple, right? Not monogamous, what they call it when you straight. What's the name? It's all with an M. My bad, it's H. Heterosexual couple, right? So if you got the same thing that I got, what makes you different? Why can't, all right, look, say, oh, Boot, you bugging. Why can't we just describe it as, hey, I'm a dude who got my dude genitalia removed and replaced with the genitalia of a woman? What if instead of saying I'm a this kind of woman or I'm a transgender woman, what if we start saying it like that? We got language. We can speak words. Like, we don't gotta, like, everything, like, bro, conversation. Conversation ain't got to be too short when you're having conversation. When you expressing, when on your resume, it ain't that. I mean, what's your resume? What's your resume as a human? When you indulging in these relationships and these conversations, we got time to hear all the words. So you can say, hey, I was born as a man, but I don't like what men naturally like. I'm not attracted to women. I'm attracted to men. I'm not comfortable living life as a man. I'm more comfortable living life as a woman. I am a dude that's more comfortable living life as a woman. What's wrong with us saying that?
You tell me, good. Peanut butter jelly, good. Peanut butter jelly. There she go, the lady of my dreams.
Correct something you said. When you said that the rapes that have occurred in these bathrooms are cis men.
White cis men, I should say, actually.
Yeah, that isn't true. Loudoun County, 2021, the big case that actually ended up flipping the state was because there was a boy who wore a skirt, went into the girl's bathroom and raped a girl in a particularly hideous way. And you know what happened? Hold on, don't cut me off. You said you wouldn't.
A cis boy. It was not a trans woman. All y'all do is go back to cis boys. You're always talking about cis.
What's the difference between a cis boy and a boy in a skirt that says, I'm a girl?
Think about it. Now, on words, she said it. Okay, what's the difference between a cis boy and a boy that's in a skirt with the same package that a dude got in order to do something to a young woman? What's the difference between him saying, a skirt is an article of clothing. A skirt can be cotton. A skirt can be, I don't know, do they make polyester skirts? I don't know, jeans, they got jeans skirts. A skirt could be many different things. But how can a skirt make a man a woman?
Please let me know, Blossom, what the difference is. And it doesn't actually have to be sexual assault or rape. There's lewd and lascivious behavior.
And I'm drinking. You want me to tell you how I know Blossom is how I know Blossom is one of the guys. You know why? Because as I'm sitting here right now, I'm like, yo, could Blossom beat me? In a fight, I'm not one of the pump faking dudes. You win some, you lose some. I feel like, look, when he's sitting in Blossom big. I feel like Blossom at least 6'3", 6'4". Right? We passed the part where Blossom running. Blossom tallest thing in that building. Blossom big as hell.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
Blossom look like Brandon Hayward. Y'all think I'm lying? Y'all think I'm lying about Brandon Hayward? Y'all probably don't know who Brandon Hayward is. Google, show me pictures of Brandon Hayward. Hold on now, son. Yeah, here go Brandon Hayward. Blossom is Brandon Hayward. Blossom is a transgender woman, but Blossom is right here with a mouse ad where I'm circling. Brandon Hayward with weave. Blossom is Brandon Hayward with weave, gang. Okay? Hold on. Let's see. Wait. Google, how tall is Brandon Hayward? How tall is Brandon? He's 7 feet tall. Brandon Hayward was 7. Yo, listen, yeah. And Blossom got a little size too. I'm sitting here wondering, hey, can Blossom take old boo? I might not want to get the rocking and shaking with Blossom in the closed area. I might need a little room to dance. Little jab on Blossom real quick, gang. Come on.
behavior. There is, exposing yourself to people publicly. We've seen that happen at a YMCA in, I forget, it's either Ohio or Iowa. You can go ahead and Google that and find that. We Spa here in Los Angeles, where a man identifying as a woman went and exposed himself to women and girls who are trying to have a nice little day at the spa, mother-daughter day at the spa. So there's example after example.
He was wearing fascination with trans bodies and what's happening in the bathroom. It is mostly happening.
I think you're filibustering because you don't want me to tell you what happened in the bathroom.
Who?
Me. I think you're filibustering me.
No.
I think that you're distracting from the fact that a boy wearing
a
skirt
I'm gonna tell y'all something. And this is a dual acting example. Oh, child, no. Why you like, bro? Remember, Blossom said, yo, you don't have the intellectual capacity. Bro, insulting people when they're not insulting you does not look good on your intellect. I'm sorry.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Now remember the picture of Brandon Haywood and look at Blossom. I'm not saying Blossom 7 feet tall, but hey man, we drink Blossom between 6'4" and 6'9". Probably cock Diesel up under there too.